Hello everybody, welcome to your final math session for the week. Today is a consolidation of multiplying a two-digit number by a two-digit number. I know yesterday I introduced quite a few different methods. For some of you, some of them would have been helpful. For some of them you might have thought, actually that's confusing it more for me. So today I wanted to go over, give you a bit more time to kind of experiment with which method works best for you and then go from there. Okay, so no arithmetic starter today. We are getting straight into it. All right, so starting with a marvellous mistake. Ms. Rutherford and I know that the second we make a mistake on the board, you tend to spot them. So can you spot mine? I've got 24 times 23 equals 192. Is that correct? Looking at the answer straight away and using kind of estimation, approximating, using your times table knowledge, does that sound right? If it doesn't, give me a pause, see if you can see where the mistake is. Okay, so we have tried to work this out using the grid method and place value counters. You can see we've added them into here. So let's check. I mean, for me straight away, 24 times 23 equaling 192. It just sounds a bit too small. The reason I think that is because I know, if I know 2 times 2 is 4, then 20 times 2 would be 40. 20 times 20 would be 400. That's much less than that, right? So if we look here, 20 times 20 we've got in the top here. Well, 20 times 20, they've put the answer as 40. I've got 4 tens. Can that be correct? If 20 is 2 tens, then 20 lots of 20 can't be 4 tens, right? 20 times 2 is 40. 20 times 20, I'd have 2 times 2 is 4, add the 2 zeros, 100 times bigger, it's going to be 400, isn't it? So I think, I started in the top left, but I think we've spotted that marvellous mistake straight away. That should be 20 times 20 equaling 400. I'm having problems with this again. Sorry, troops. I'm not the smoothest operator with these counters over here. There we go. All right, and then if we do 20 times 4, that's 4 lots of 20. That's 1 row of 20, 2 tens. So yeah, that would be correct. That's 80. 3 lots of 20, 3 rows of 20. Yep, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So I think that was the only marvellous mistake there. If I then added that up, I've got, and I'll just write it down here, I've got 400, add 80, add 60, add 12. Which is going to equal 80 and 60 are 140, plus the 400, 540, add 12, 552. Okay, so hopefully I'd say that's a really common marvellous mistake to make, is forgetting what we're dealing with over here. And if you've got the 2 zeros, you should expect to see 2 zeros at the end of your answer. Okay, use the times tables that you know. Right. Let's move on then and recap this formal method that we were looking at yesterday. So yesterday we laid it out like this. I showed you 2 different ways to do it. One with 2 steps or 3 steps and one with 4 or 5 steps. For today, for ease sake, and I think because it matches with what we did with the 1 digit by the 4 digit or 4 digit by 1, I think doing it in those 2 steps will work best. So we've got here, look, these second row, these are our multipliers. And we multiply the top row by them. So we do it in 2 steps. We start with the ones here. And again, the same method that you guys are really confident with. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 2 in the tens equals 4 tens. 2 times 22 is 44. And then I'll change the colour just so to make it even clearer. I'm now times in here. But if you remember, this is in my tens column. So I'm timesing, not by 1 here, I'm timesing by 10 here. Okay. Now to help me out, can you remember, what did I say holds the place? I'm going to be working in my tens column. What's going to hold the place in my ones? 0. Whenever you're multiplying by a tens, you put the 0 here to hold the place. It's going to make your answer 10 times bigger. All right, so I've got 10 times 2 equals 2 tens in the tens column. 10 times the 2 there. Again, we're going to have another, or the 1 times 2 is going to equal 2. So we've got 10 times 22 equals 220. Perhaps you did that mentally, but you know, we could always rely on this formal method to help us as well. Now I've done the 2 stages, my final stage is to add those numbers together. So 4 add 0 is 4, 4 add 2 is 6, and then 2 add nothing is 2. So that's going to be 264. So our formal method, we break it down, multiply the top by the 1s, the top by the 10s, and then you add them together. When you're multiplying by the 10s, 0 holds the place, makes your answer 10 times bigger. Okay, now have a pause with me, have a go at doing the questions on the right hand side using that method, and we'll see what you get. Okay, right, hopefully you've had a chance to explore that. I just show you the answers there. Hopefully those are the answers you've got. If you haven't, pause me again, have another go. If I just put some reminders here, so 1, so multiply by 1s. Step 2, multiply by the 10s. 20s, I'm talking rubbish here. 0 holds the place. Move it over. And then add together. All right. Might be useful. I know some of you in class, you would make your own kind of steps to success. It might be useful writing those down for today. Okay. Right. Ready to move on? Next question. Again, very similar actually, but it's a fill in the gap. So these are all the correct digits, okay, but you need to put them in the right place. Okay, so remember your steps. I'm going to copy those steps from earlier over. I need to make them a bit smaller. So you've got them on the screen. There we go. Can you pause me? Have a go at this question, please. Right, okay, I'm going to have a go now. You can check if you've done the same as me. So remember, this is my multiplier here. I'm multiplying the top by this, and I start with step 1, multiply by the 1s. So I've got 2 times 1, that's going to equal 2. I've now got 2 times the 3 10s, 2 times 3 is 6. So hopefully you got 62 there. I'm just going to tick off, multiplied by the 1s. Now I need to multiply my 10s. You tell me, what do I need to do first? Yes, 0 holds the place. It will make my answer 10 times bigger, okay? So instead of multiplying by 2, I'm multiplying by 20, but the 2 is in the tens column. So 2 times 1 is going to equal 2. 2 times the 3 10s is going to equal 6. You might notice that it's the same as what we got in this first step. It's just 10 times bigger because it's in the tens, all right? So as you get more confident, it might be you use little shortcuts like that. And then finally, we need to add them together, okay? So 2 add nothing is 2. 6 add 2 is 8. 6 add nothing is 6. The answer is 682. Hopefully you guys got that. If not, again, compare what I've got with what you've got. Where did you go wrong if you did? Okay, and if you want to share that marvellous mistake with me, I'd love to see it. All right? Right, okay. We've got a marvellous mistake of somebody else here, and I'm really hoping you guys can spot it. I'm going to give you a clue. It links to step 2 of our steps to success. Okay, pause me, have a go, come back. Right, well, straight away, I don't know about you, but I've noticed that the person doing this question has got this same answer for 21 times 1 as he's got for 21 times 10. Can that be right? No, I don't think it can it? They can't be the same. This one's got to be 10 times bigger. Let's get our steps to success over again, because I think I found them useful. Don't know about you guys, but I like having exactly what I need to do right in front of me. Right. They have multiplied by the 1s. Yeah, I can see that's correct. We know 1 times a number will always be itself, 21. But what about here? Now we're multiplying by the 10s. They've forgotten something. It's in big old capitals. What have they not put in? The 0, it holds the place. 10 times 21 is not 21. We should have put in our 0 to hold the place. And then everything would be moved over. So 1 times 1 would go in our tens column. The 2 would 1 times 2 We'll move over to the hundreds. And when we're adding that, we're going to have not a 4 in here, we're going to have a 3 here, and we're going to have a 2 here. Okay. So it's just really important that we remember that 0 holds a place. When we're multiplying by 10s, 10 times bigger. Gosh, I've said 10 and 0 a number of times, haven't I? Right. Hopefully, though, that's useful for you guys. Right, final example then, guys. And I just wanted to show you it's exactly the same. If we're exchanging, carrying over, it doesn't make any difference. So I've got my first step. It was multiplied by the 1. So I've got 4 times 56. Apologies for my dodgy handwriting here. So we've got 4 times 6 is 24, which means I need to carry. Now, 2 options here. You could either put your carrying down at the bottom, think about them later on when you do all of the adding, or you can carry. You'll just need to make sure you've got plenty of room. I like to carry it all in, each step, but it's up to you. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 5 tens would be 20. Add the 2. My 2 there, cross that out, and to carry another 2. So that would go there. And then this next step, remember, it's going to be my tens. I'm doing 40 times 56. Oh, gosh. It's really dodgy. 40, I do apologise. Now, again, the first thing I need to do before I make any marvellous mistake, I'm going to put it in a different colour so you can see it as well. My 0 to hold the place, to make everything 10 times bigger, to move everything along. And to be fair, then I should end up with the same results. So I'm doing 4 tens times 6. Okay, so I'm going to get 24, put the 4 there, carry my 2 over. Then I'm going to get 4 times the 5 there, 20, add the 2, 2 there, carry the 2, nothing else to add on, so it goes here. And you can hopefully see that 4 times 56, 40 times 56, 40 times 56 is just 10 times bigger. It's been moved 1 position to the left. It's been slammed to the left, okay? So we've multiplied by the 1s, we've multiplied by the 10s. Final thing we need to do is add them together. 4 add 0 is 4. 4 add 2 is 6. 2 add 2 is 4. And 2 add nothing is 2. Add my comma in, the answer is 2,464. Now again, I'm just going to grab these steps to success over, have them so that they're on your screen. And then if you want to pause me and have a go at these 2 questions here, then I'll show you the answers. Right, here we go. Those are the answers, not too dissimilar to mine. Hopefully, if you've made a mistake, first thing I check that step number 2. It's the place where most marvellous mistakes are made. All right. Okay. Final thing for you to do then, troops. We have got some questions on the screen for you here. All right. There are 8 fluency. Again, it might be that if you're feeling unsure, start on these 4. If you're feeling really confident, perhaps start on these, which are slightly trickier. Then we've got some true or false questions here and a missing numbers. Have a go at those. I'm going to pause. You guys are going to pause, and then I will reveal the answers. Okay. Right, here we go. Answers for these ones. Here, so obviously this is A, this is B, C, D, etc. Answers here. Hopefully, you guys would have put your answers using APE for the true or false, or the true or false for 8A as well. Remember, we can use APE to make our answers really clear to the reader. Okay. I'm hoping then, troops, that's given you a bit of a chance to explore a little bit further, find what method you're most comfortable with. For me, it's the formal written method, purely because I think that's the one that I associate with multiplying in my head the most anyway. All right. Have a go. Anything you're not sure on, just drop me a message and be happy to do some more worked examples or whatever. And yeah, enjoy. Have a lovely weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Monday for some more maths. Okay. Very last thing, there's some problem solving and reasoning on the website for you if you want to explore this a bit more. Bye.